So I never really liked this painting. I think the signature was probably my favorite thing about it. So we're gonna keep the signature and start over with the rest. So I start out by sticking a sticker on the signature, and now I'm going to put some white, and we're just going to cover this canvas with paint. So white goes on first. I want to make sure that I have something that the other colors are going to blend with. So lots of white, and then I'm going to drizzle on some blue. This part's so fun because you just get to let it loose. Just get the paint on the canvas. Next is red. Drizzling on the red was so fun and a little bit nerve-wracking. And the blending was so gorgeous. Look at this purple. Oh my gosh. I love the little bands of white, the blue, the red. This is such a gorgeous color. Oh my gosh. So now we blend. I don't want to blend too much because I really like how having the blue and the red makes both stand out more. So I'm going to blend just enough. And here's our final purple. So shiny. Oh my gosh. Making sure this brush gets nice and clean. Look how much paint is in that, guys. This brush is packed. Now we have our background, and so my job now is to add some light where the sunset is. Lightening up that back. Keeping the horizon dark, but getting that light on the canvas. This painting, all in all, took me about 3 hours from start to finish, and that's pretty unusual. Usually paintings take me a lot longer. However, I wanted this one to be kind of quick and easy. That was the idea behind this. I knew that I wanted to repurpose this canvas, and I knew that I wanted it to be a nice sunset scape, something with water, something that I would have a fun time doing that wouldn't be so detailed. So here I am putting little bits of light onto the waves. This is probably the most detail work I had to do for the entire painting. Everything else was just a matter of getting color onto the canvas. So while I did make this ×2, feel free to fast forward because there's a lot of detail work in this. So here the first layer of the light sky has dried, so I'm going in with the second layer here, a little bit lighter, not gonna blend as much with the purple since it's a little bit drier. Hey buddy. So here you can tell it's a little bit lighter than the first layer, but just by a little bit. Each layer that I put on will get a little bit brighter. So now I'm gonna put these mountains in, and I really just did this because I wanted something black to make the sunset look brighter. Since you can only put so much white, it helps to make the rest of the painting darker, just so that in comparison, your whites look whiter. I used pure black for this because I wanted it to contrast the most it possibly could. Here I'm doing the reflection, which I'm doing with a color that's slightly more muted than black. I don't want to have pure black as the reflections in the water because I'm going for the most realistic possible. Now the third layer of highlights for the sky. I'm doing this just as the second layer dries. That way I can do it quickly but without any undue blending. Now some more highlights for the reflections of the water, making sure again that the sky is the brightest. I'm doing the reflections in a slightly more muted tone. And then here I'm doing more mountains on the left, giving my sunset more objects to contrast with. And I also feel like this makes the scene a little bit more realistic. I kind of feel like I'm in Hawaii in this painting. It's giving volcano vibes. I'm really loving these black mountains, and color theory suggests that anything that you put in that's darker is going to make the nearby lights look lighter. So this is a great trick if you're ever doing sunsets or anything that has to be bright. So here I am doing the last of my highlights for the sky. These are just sort of the under parts of the clouds. And for this painting, I'm gonna do a little bit of a different style than I normally do. I'm going to color block the entire rest of the sky, the dark part of the sky that's currently all purple. I'm gonna turn that into a big, bright sky. And I'm gonna do it with a big brush. So you're gonna see here in a minute that right now, while it looks like a normal sunset, and I'm taking the signature off, which looks like it's still made it, woohoo! But it's not done yet, because here I am going to try something new. After I put the little last highlights, I have color blocked the sky. I've seen this style before, but I finally got to try it myself, and I absolutely love how it turns out. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you thought down below.